What's going on, guys? It's Nando back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at my new gaming laptop. Now this is my first ever gaming PC. I decided to go with the laptop route, and I got the Asus Rog Strix Gl502Vy. I know that's a mouthful, but I've had this laptop for almost a week. I've been playing a couple games on it, and I'm doing a little bit of light web surfing and just normal tasks on it, and I want to give you my review 1 week through of this beautiful laptop. Let's get to it. Alright guys, let's take a look at some ports on the right side of this laptop. Right now what we're seeing here are a couple USB ports. We've got USB 3.0, two of them, headphone jack, an SD card slot, and a Kensington lock. That's on the right side of the laptop, all in nice uniform order. As we work our way around the back, you see the venting system of this laptop, and I'll get to that in just a second as well. But those are the ports on the right side of this laptop, as well as the vents on the back side. So on the left side of the laptop, we've got several ports as well. We're going to start off with the far right, which we have a USB-C port, followed up by another 3.0 USB. We've got a HDMI port, mini display port, Ethernet cable port, and where you charge your laptop, so for the AC power outlet. This is all on the left side of the laptop, nothing else. When looking inside the laptop itself, we have an extremely spacious, well-traveled keyboard with the actual key numbers on the far right. They've been able to include all of that in this 15-inch laptop. Now, as you can see, everything is kind of coated in this bright orange accent, and there is backlighting on the keys as well when you're actually using the laptop. Now, on the far left, you have your gaming keys designated in an all orange print. We've got the grills, the speaker grills, on the far left and far right of the laptop. Those little slivers there are exactly where the volume comes out of. So they're not very big, but it can get a little loud, just not very full of depth and bass. But it gets the job done. It's fairly loud. So the trackpad itself could be a little better. It's not the most responsive trackpad. There are some times where I feel like I have to go back over to get somewhere. So I'm assuming those that are going to be gaming aren't really going to be using the built-in trackpad. You're probably going to want to go with a separate mouse, which is what I do. If I'm gaming, I'm usually using a controller. Again, I'm kind of new to the PC gaming world. But for everyday tasks, the trackpad seems to get the job done. I really enjoy the keyboard. I like how spacious it is, and it's actually very comfortable to type on. It has decent travel and no complaints whatsoever. The monitor on this laptop is extremely well made. It's a 60 Hz refresh rate monitor, 1080p, gets the job done, and colors look vivid. There's really no complaints whatsoever. Now, granted, this is coming from an average consumer, someone who bought the laptop to do gaming, do some editing, do some everyday tasks on it, no complaint whatsoever. In gaming, I have thoroughly enjoyed the colors. I've thoroughly enjoyed how well it keeps up. So guys, what a wonderful gaming laptop that is. Now, price range, $1,700. I spent $1,698 on Amazon, 2-day shipping. Can be a little high, but what you're getting with that laptop, I think is well worth the price. Now, keep in mind, it is a 15.6-inch laptop. That weighs less than 5 pounds. I think 4.85 to be exact. That's kind of hard to find by, especially with a 980M graphics card processor. You tend to find the 980M graphic cards in the 17-inch model. You tend to find the 970s and 960s in the 14 to 15-inch range model. 980M in a 15.6-inch model, that weighs less than 5 pounds. Again, 980M in a 15.6-inch model. So if you want top specs and not have to have a massive tank to carry around, that's a laptop that you really got to look into. It has 16 gigabytes of RAM, 4 gigabytes of VR RAM for the graphics card, a 128 SSD model, and a 1 terabyte hard drive. If you want to spend a little bit more, I think it's like $250 more, You can go with 8 gigabytes of VR RAM. So that's if you want to spend a little extra money, you can go that route. I have been able to play games. So my main focus for the laptop was obviously gaming. I've played 2 games so far on it, and I've really enjoyed how well that computer's kept up. So one of them is No Man's Sky, and if you've been at all familiar with the game, PC version is not optimized yet. So it's hard to judge how well the computer runs it, because everybody, even with 1080s and all this other stuff and SLI graphic card configurations, are struggling with the frame rates. Nonetheless, I've been able to get usually between 50 and 60, or I should say 45 and 60 frames per second. So I'm waiting for that to be optimized. Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, I have really been able to push it. So all maxed out, ultra settings, I'm getting anywhere from 60 to 55 frames per second. If I play the game in high settings, 60 frames per second, no problem whatsoever, no big deal. I've got some clips here of No Man's Sky and Grand Theft Auto. I'm about to play those for you guys right now. I want you guys to take a look at how well the laptop handles it, so you can see for yourself what kind of configuration, what kind of frames per second you expect to get. Let's get our butt to the space station, and I'll be right with you guys in just one moment. Whoa! As you guys just saw, laptop handles those games wonderfully. 2 main things when looking into buying a gaming laptop are fan noise and how hot the laptop gets. Fan noise, not a big deal. I have yet to encounter a time where I was playing a game and it got so loud that I had to think about either turning up the volume or putting on headphones. You can hear it, obviously you can hear it, but not once have I been like, wow, that's really, really loud. It hasn't hit that jet level noise yet. Heat-wise, so Asus packages with their laptops some programs, not a lot of bloatware, one of which is like their game center. And what that does is it allows you to pick profiles and choose how you want to optimize each profile per game you're playing or person in the household who plays the game. But nonetheless, it has this GPU and CPU temperature gauge. It lets you know how they're doing. I usually have that on in the background to see how hot the computer gets. And I'm noticing it's getting between 60 and 70 Celsius when I'm playing Grand Theft Auto. And that's after like 5 hours of gaming. It really doesn't get hotter than that. I'm playing on the desk, so I can't tell you how hot it is on my legs, but when I touch the keyboard and touch the laptop, you sense it's hot, but not toasty. Nothing that's about to freak you out. Granted, this has only been 1 week, so it could get hotter over time, but as of right now, hasn't been an issue. It actually shows you how hot the laptop CPU and GPU is in a gauge. And usually it's about halfway through the gauge. So I'm assuming it's still got that other second half to go, and I hope it doesn't get that, to that point, but halfway through the gauge, 60 to 70 degrees Celsius, laptop's holding up just fine. So guys, again, the Asus Rog Strix Gl502Vy model. They have the VT model, which has this 970M graphics card. It's a little bit cheaper, a little bit lighter, but for that extra couple $100, you get the 980M. All in all, for $1,700, you get a wonderful laptop that really fits almost everybody's needs. Battery life on the laptop is wonderful. I've been able to do about 3.5 to 4.5 hours of light usage, and that's without me running it from 100 to 0%. I've usually started at 100 and stopped at around 40 to 45% and been able to get about 3.5 hours of usage. Some YouTubing, some surfing of the web. That's it. I haven't even edited on it yet, but most of the time when I'm gaming, I have it plugged in, so that's not an issue when it comes to editing. I'm sure I'm gonna have it plugged in too. But if I don't, I know I can get anywhere from 3 to 6 hours. Again, those 3 to 6 hours all depends on your brightness, all depends on what exactly it is that you're doing. But knowing that I can get 3 to 6 hours, that's comforting, because most gaming laptops are either super big, super powerful, makes it difficult to carry around, and sometimes they don't even have a really good battery life, or super light, underpowered, better battery life, but then you're still leaving, you know, you still have that room of, man, it could be better. I think this 15.6 inch is the perfect sweet spot. It has all the power you need in the graphics card, and it's got the portability because it weighs less than 5 pounds. So guys, if you have any comments or questions, what laptop are you guys thinking about getting? Listen, I've pre-ordered or had ordered the Razer Blade 2016. I had an MSI, I had an Alienware, and I canceled all those and I settled with this one. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm sure you know, you're doing your research, but I would love to know what it is that you're looking for in a gaming laptop and what it is that, you know, what suits your needs. Anywho, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or found it helpful. That I would really appreciate. And more importantly, subscribe please, so you can follow up with more gaming videos, more videos of how the laptop's holding up over time, and any future things that I may be coming out with here shortly. Guys, it was Nando. I really appreciate it. On to the next one, guys. Peace.